The traditional pilot watch has a big case with an exaggerated crown, and a high-contrast dial with elongated hands and prominent Arabic numerals. The genre style sits right between classic and sport, prioritizing legibility and functionality, while embodying a sense of professionalism, often boasting premium aesthetics that resonate with the discerning tastes of pilots and collectors alike. While the functional aspects of the pilot watch may be deemed outdated today, the historical narrative embedded within the genre endures perpetually. Tasman Watch Company offers a trio of distinct pilot watches to collectors, including the Martin M130, North Pointer, and Bay Pilot. Each of these models embodies the traditional principles of the pilot watch, while harking back to different eras in the genre's history. The Martin M130 revives the color theory of navigational instruments used in 1930s aircraft. The North Pointer incorporates the GMP complication, reflecting the evolution of pilot watches to accommodate long-distance flights crossing different time zones. The Bay Pilot is tailored for mariners and sea captains, showcasing the genre's versatility and adherence to its time-honored characteristics. The evolution of the pilot watch reflects the changing landscape of aviation and the enduring allure of horological craftsmanship. The aesthetic has a utilitarian nature that reflects the very reasons behind the genre's creation. The evolution of the pilot watch is deeply intertwined with the history of aviation itself. During the mid-20th century, pilot watches were designed to be worn around the thigh, calling for large cases and exaggerated features. A massive crown was designed to help pilots operate their watch with gloves on. Chronographs with chronometer-grade precision were adopted, as watches had to be synchronized with radio signals during wartime. World War II produced the familiar pilot design we know well today. The genre evolved with changing eras of flight. War times ended and the pilot watch had to adapt to the needs and lifestyles of commercial pilots. The GMP complication was born once flights became so long that time zones were being crossed. It also became fit for the pilot watch to refine itself and become a dressier accessory in transit. These additional characteristics of the pilot watch are the product of their environment. While originally conceived as an essential tool, the pilot watch and its historical image gradually garnered appreciation from collectors and consumers. Our Martin M130 encompasses every stage of the pilot watch's evolution. The chronograph displays all the traditions of the genre with its large case, luminous components, and Swiss-grade accuracy. But it also reintroduces some distinct qualities that were lost over time. The Martin M130 evokes a sense of nostalgia to an era where timekeeping machines were vital navigational aids to pilots, while painting a picture of a distinctive continuum of design. With its scratch-resistant surfaces, durable stainless steel build, and anti-magnetic properties, the Martin M130 is built to withstand the tight environment of the cockpit. But every surface and component is carefully designed and treated by our master watchmakers to the highest standards, ultimately leaving a premium finish and aesthetic. Most notably, the Martin M130 reintroduces the color theory of pilot clocks used in 1930s American aircraft. This involves the designation of the various functions of the instrument by color. Color is more distinguishable than print, instantly recognizable, and doesn't require reading to process. All the chronograph functions on our watch are marked in red, including the start and stop pushers on the case. This design theory was originally created to ease operation of navigational instruments in the cockpit, facilitating quicker identification and overall clarity. Our Martin M130 is a chronograph watch with counting functions for elapsed seconds, minutes, and hours. The 7750 movement that powers the watch is complicated, and for watchmakers, producing a dial that cleanly displays these functions is difficult. By distinguishing the timekeeping and chronograph functions on the dial by color, the Martin M130 effectively addresses the challenge of cleanly displaying the complication set. The use of yellow for the time functions, including the hour and minute hands, as well as the Arabic numerals, creates a clear and easily readable indication of the current time. This choice of color ensures that the primary function of the watch, timekeeping, remains prominent and easily discernible. In contrast, the chronograph functions are designated with a turquoise color, which illuminates from the black background and emphasizes their separate purpose. By marking these features in red, such as the hands on the dial and the start and stop pushers on the case, users can quickly identify and engage the chronograph functions of the watch when needed. Hartwood Bulk's design for the Martin M130 not only enhances the aesthetic appeal of the timepiece, but also enhances its functionality by providing a clear and intuitive display of the various functions. By effectively separating the timekeeping and chronograph elements through color differentiation, the Martin M130 demonstrates a proven approach to addressing the challenge inherent in designing a dial for complicated movements like the 7750. Most importantly, the watch reintroduces some distinct qualities that were lost throughout the evolution of the genre. Over time, the pilot watch lost this fundamental color theory of aviation instruments, largely due to the monotone tastes of collectors and consumers. The black and white palette became preferred by the ordinary customer base, and watch brands began catering to these needs over the functional goals of pilots. By reintroducing this useful nostalgic color theory back into the pilot watch genre, the Martin M130 has a special kind of historical authenticity that most modern pilot watches do not. A contemporary pilot watch should evoke nostalgia for the instruments of yesteryears, allowing us to cherish the rich history they embody. As a true pilot's watch, the Martin M130 tells a story of the enduring spirit of aviation and the history of watch design.